Good evening, swim and dive fans, and welcome to Rosemont Middle School for tonight's meet between Lakeville North High School and your Rosemont Irish. This meet is being conducted under the rules of the Minnesota State High School League, and we remind all participants, coaches, and fans that we have tonight to observe good sportsmanship throughout tonight's event. Tonight's official is Dan Blonsky. And leading your Rosemont Irish are captains Josh Kobian, Jonas Kottsmith, Ethan Ockwig, and Carter Sikorsky. Rosemont is coached by head coach Jake Kemna, assistant coaches Emily Gabriel and Jeff Nelson, diving coach Dan Monahan, and strength and conditioning coach Tim Conboy. We've all been waiting a while to hear this next line, but we request that you turn your cell phones to silent mode and please be quiet for the beginning of each race and before each dive. And please, no flash photography. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand, remove your caps, and sing along as we honor our nation and those who have served defending our freedom, singing the national anthem. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Our second meet of the season. This is a virtual meet, of course. We do have some fans in the stands, which is great to see. Diving will be first. We're just getting some diving sheets together here, and then we will get going. Dan, do you want the order now? Do you want the order now? Okay. Okay, order of diving tonight. In the first position is Zach Manwaran. Going second will be Will Kerrigan. And third is Lucas Gurton. through some practice dives here, and then we will get going. Okay, up first is Zach. This is round number 1 with a 103C front 1.5 somersault tuck 1.6. Scores 3 and 4. Up next is Will Kerrigan with a 103C front 1.5 somersault tuck 1.6. Scores 3.5, 5. Up next is Lucas with a 103B front 1.5 somersault pike 1.7. Scores 5.5 and 6. Starting round number 2, Zach with a 301C reverse dive tuck 1.6. You mark those off as we go. Thank you. Scores 2.5 and 3. Will with a 5221D back somersault with a half twist, free 1.7. Scores 4.5 and 4. Lucas with a 104C front double tuck 2.2. Scores 5.5, 5. Starting round number 3, Zach with a 401C inward dive tuck 1.4. Scores 4 and 4. Will with a 201A back dive straight 1.7. Scores 4, 4.5. Lucas with a 51-32D, front, 1.5 somersault, 1 twist, free, 2.2. Scores 4.5, 5.5. Starting round number 4, Zach, 202A, back 1 somersault, straight, 1.7. Scores 3 and 3. Will with the 302C, back somersault, tuck, 1.6. 302C, back somersault, tuck, 1.6. Scores 3.5, 3.5. Do you want to talk to Dan? Hey, Dan, you come up. Okay, Lucas. 203C, back 1.5 somersault, tuck, 2.0. Scores 1.5 and 2.5. Starting round number 5 is Zach with a 301C, reverse 1 somersault, tuck, 1.6. Scores 2.5, 2.5. Will, a 401B, inward dive pike, 1.5. Scores 4, 4.5. Lucas with a 301C, reverse dive tuck, 1.6. Scores 4 and 5. Starting our final round is Zach, 51-21D, front 1 somersault, half twist, free, 1.7. Scores 2.5 and 3. Will with a 203C back half somersault tuck 2.0. Scores 3.5 and 4. Our final dive is Lucas with a 403C inward 1.5 somersault tuck 2.2. Scores 5.5, 5.5. And this concludes diving. We'll have about a 10-minute warm-up, and then we will start with the swimming portion. All right, again, we're going to take about a 10-minute break here while they warm up and get ready for the first event of the evening, which is a 200 medley relay. We're going to get some cameras switched around, make sure everything's working, and then we'll back with you. But I'm going to go on mute for now so you don't have to listen to me make a bunch of noise. All right, everyone, welcome back. Looks like we're getting ready to go a little bit early. The relay teams are up there. We actually got the diving board out from blocking lane number 4. You ready? He's ready. Just do event number 2, 200 medley relay. You can do last names if you want. He's ready for you. All right, this is event number 2, the 200 medley relay varsity event. In lane number 3, starting off in the backstroke is David Goodburn. In lane number 4 is Matthew Warwig, and lane number 5 is Carter Sikorsky. Medley relay, again, like last week, is a little bit different, and like every week for that matter. It doesn't change by the week. But the medley relay is backstroke, breaststroke, butterfly, and freestyle. Again, different from the individual event, which is fly, back, breast, and free. So out in the lead right now in lane 4 is Matthew Warwick. He's going to touch first, and Quinlan Schroeder is going to dive in and take the breaststroke leg of this. In lane 3, Jagger Thompson takes off in the breaststroke. In lane number 5 is Braden Hertzberg. As I mentioned, you can still see some people in the camera there, which is great. We have some fans in the stands tonight. We get about 17 spots, which 2 people per household. We can have up to 34 people in the stands. So if you're at home and you want to watch live, sign up. There's still some open spots for next week. In lane number 4, Jacob Olson takes off in the butterfly. Lane number 3, Spencer Rudd hits the water. And in lane number 5, Ethan Ockwig. And tonight is against Lakeville North. Lakeville North is swimming their virtual meet early. Lane number 4, Tristan Timbers goes off in the freestyle leg. We do a Lakeville North at 4:30, and Lakeville South will swim against whoever Lakeville South swims against at, I believe they go at 7 p.m. because both teams share a pool, so they have to split the day. One goes at 4:30 and one goes at 7. Tristan Timbers coming in on the freestyle. He is going to touch at a 150.28. Lane number 3, Josh Sikorsky going to touch there at a 201.46. And out in lane 5, Charlie Banta at 206.35. Up next will be event number 4, the boys 200-yard freestyle. There's a varsity event. There is no JV here in the 200 freestyle. 200 freestyle tonight. Josh Cobian is going to be in lane number 3. He is also part of our senior spotlight tonight. So during the 10-minute break after the 50 freestyle, I'm going to have a slide up of Josh Cobian and some of his senior information. And we'll highlight a senior each week. We have 8 of them, and we have 8 more meets. So it should work out pretty good. In lane number 4, we have Sullivan Labno, and in lane number 5, Parker Pedersen. Sullivan out with a solid lead coming into the first 50 of this 8-length race. That is length number 2. Turning at 25.48. That's a good first split. Josh at 28.44. And Parker at 28.44. All right. About 4 lengths complete for Sullivan here at the halfway point. He is going to turn at 53.58. See if he can keep it up. Again, these guys are working pretty hard. They had weights this morning, so they're tired. All right, here we go with 2 lengths left. Sullivan in lane number 4 with a comfortable lead, turning at 29.37. It's a pretty good time if he can keep under 30 here on this final 50. Josh turning at 30.51 and Parker at 32.47. Both with 2 lengths left. Sullivan making his last turn and bringing it home. Looks good, looks strong. On the sheet here, he's 152.79, and he's actually going to better that by about a second, 151.62. Very nice time for Sullivan at this part of the season. Josh in at 159.93 and Parker at 203.94. So drops from their seed times all over. Excellent swims. Really, really great swims. Up next is event number 6, the boys 200-yard IM. This again is butterfly, back, breast, and freestyle. Lane number 2 is Jagger Thompson. Lane number 3, Jacob Olson. Lane number 4, Evan Kinseth. And lane number 5, Josh Sikorsky. Last week, Evan won this event at a 202.64. He had a personal best time. Let's see what he does here again. Turning first with Jacob on his heels. And going from fly to backstroke, Evan turns at 26.20, which is a little bit better than last week. Jagger and Josh both turning about the same time, and both into their backstroke legs as well. Evan still turning and burning. He's got about 2-3 body lengths on Jacob at this point. About to touch and turn into the breaststroke. And a 56.28 for that 100 split. Well, breaststroke is one of his weaker strokes, but he is getting better at it. Jacob turns into his breaststroke in lane number 3. Up in lane number 5, Josh making his turn to the breaststroke right now. All of them being watched carefully by the official. And the pool record here is 1:55.40 for the 200 IM. And then again, Tim Schobeck in 1991 setting the school record at 1:55.35. So that pool record has been around now for 20 years. It's a long time to hold a pool record. Evan turns and burns. He's got another 25 left. Jacob turns. He's on his last 50. Here comes Evan into the finish. And he is going to be close to under 2 minutes here. He is at 2 minutes, .23, so that's another personal best. And I'm going to give him a round of applause since that's my boy. So great swim for him. Here comes Jacob in lane number 3. He is going to touch at 2:13.55. Which is a second and a half better than his seed time. Well, about a second better than his seed time, so that's a good swim. Comes Josh up in lane 5. He is crossing under the flags. And he is going to touch at 2:35.91. And Jagger now hitting the flags. He's got about 5 yards left to go. And I'm not exactly sure. Well, lane number 2. I don't know what happened to his time. We'll try to get it for you here in a little bit. Get a time for lane number 2 from the timers. I heard 238.14. Oh, 248.14. 248.14 is what Coach Emily has for Jagger. Okay, good. We are moving on to the junior varsity, event number 7, the 50-yard freestyle. Lane number 3 will be Michael Hokinson. Lane number 4 will be Charlie Banta. Lane number 5, Jonas Cottsmith. And lane 6 is Jesse Hernandez. Oh, Jesse is not here. So nobody in lane 6. So we have 3, 4, and 5. Michael, Charlie, and Jonas. The freestyle is an all-out sprint to the finish. A lot depends on the start and the turn and the finish, and then just swimming as hard as you can in between. All right, we got lane number 3, Michael Hokinson, out in a short lead, but they are close between him and Charlie. Ooh, it's going to be a tight one. 27:11 and 27:08, 3/100ths of a second separating Michael and Charlie. Nice swims. And Jonas in lane number 5 with a 28:58. All right, this is the varsity heat of the 50-yard freestyle. We have Tristan Timbers in lane number 3, Matthew Warwig in lane number 4, and Sawyer Smith in lane number 5. Really depend on great starts, and those were not good starts. Those were false starts, and it happens. They should be fine as long as they tried to hold up. Sometimes the ref will disqualify them if they take off in a full start. And since they tried to hold on and they fell in, they will not be charged with a false start. There we go. Good start, and they're off. And Matthew Warwick is out in lane number 4 with the little early lead. He's going to make his turn first with Tristan right behind him. And Sawyer Smith right on Tristan's heels. So we got a good little race going on here. Matthew is going to take this one. Entered at a 24:74, and he's going to be at a 24:91. So good swims there. 26:23 for Sawyer. And a 25:60 for Tristan. All right, now we're going to take our 10-minute warm-up, I believe. Just waiting to get the pool open so the kids can get in and warm up a little bit. Again, during this break, we are going to do the senior spotlight. Tonight's senior spotlight is Josh Cobian in his 4th year of swimming here at Rosemont High School. Diving results are coming soon, I hear. Miss Allison Warwick, who I've seen at club meets on the live stream, she says, "Happy Friday." It is Friday in Australia, and that's where she is. Looking forward to cheering on Matthew and the rest of the team from the future. Yes, she is in tomorrow. So welcome again, Allison. It's good to see you on the live stream. We are going to do a 15-minute warm-up. 15-minute warm-up. We do have diving results as well. Tonight's 1 meter diving event. In third place, Zach with 88.12, 88.12. Second place, Will Kerrigan, 122.17. And tonight's first place, Lucas Gerton with 166.87. Again, the pool is open. Feet first entry, please. This will be a 15-minute warm-up. I am not taking karaoke requests, no. But thank you, Emily. As I mentioned earlier, we have the senior spotlight, and we'll do this during our 15-minute break. We should have one senior a night for the next 8 meets, tonight being one of those 8. And tonight's senior spotlight is on Josh Cobian, again, a 4-year swimmer with Rosemont High School, swim and dive. As you can see here, you got the nice picture of Josh looking all good in his Rosemont Irish equipment. Post-graduation plans, college, computer engineering, hobbies and activities, RHS choral music on stage, club swimming. I know he swims for Riptide in the off-season. Enjoys kayaking, building computers, and he is an Eagle Scout with the Boy Scouts. His favorite stroke is freestyle. He's a very good butterflyer as well, so I'm a little surprised he didn't put both of them in there, but we'll go with what he says. Freestyle it is. Best memories from Rosemont High School boys swim and dive. Saturday breakfasts. Yeah, those are fun. That's a favorite one of the boys, and it's too bad we can't do that his senior year, at least not this early in the season. Maybe things will change. And hopefully we get a swim banquet out of this too, because I know the kids really enjoy both of those. Sections. There is some rumors that we are going to get a sections this year. The girls got one. It was the 4-team district section, so it was Rosemont, Apple Valley, Egan, and Rosemont, Egan, Apple Valley, Eastview for those 4. So that's the way it looks like it might be again, and hopefully that works out. Hopefully there'll be fans in the stands for that as well. Rocking out at practice to the playlist. They have some pretty good music, I must say, and sometimes I got to mute because YouTube will get us, but they enjoy it. And singing the national anthem at meets. I'm not allowed to do that this year, at least not yet, but I know over the last 2 or 3 years that I have been with the team and announcing, he has done quite a few of the national anthems with his teammates. So what he's most proud of is opportunity to be a captain. A lot of these kids strive to be captains, and they're very excited when they make that. It's a 4-year academic or athletic scholar, and he has achieved the hardest worker award in the past. So all around, that is your senior spotlight for Josh Kobian, Irish swim and dive captain. And I'm going to go on mute here for a little while. You can watch the swimmers cool down or warm up. All right, we are back. Not 15 minutes like Jake had promised. So hopefully you're back and watching. Miss Allison from Australia said, great job, Matthew. Proud sister over here. And Miss Joyce Kobian, Captain Josh, good luck tonight from Grandma and Grandpa in Sheboygan, Wisconsin. Love the live stream to watch the swim meets. Go Team Irish. We are happy to bring you this live stream. It is our pleasure and it is fun, and it's great to get people involved watching who wouldn't normally get to watch. So welcome. And in progress right now, as you can see in front of you, is event number 11, boys 100-yard butterfly, junior varsity. In lane 3 is Braden Hertzberg, and in lane 4 is Ethan Ockwig. If you're coming back now and saying that wasn't 15 minutes, I apologize. Jake told us 15 minutes. Those kids were done in about 7 in the water, so we decided to get going again. Brady Kerrigan shouts out, let's go boys. I'm sure he could do that better than me. And lane number 3, Braden Hertzberg coming in. He's got a no time on my sheet, and he is going to come in at a 1:14.15. Very respectable time. And Ethan Ockwig in lane 4 at 1:20.45. Up next is the varsity heat of the 100 butterfly, event number 12. In lane number 3 is our senior spotlight for the evening, Josh Cobian. In lane 4, Jacob Olson, junior. And in lane 5, Spencer Rudd, a freshman. And they're off. Again, Josh put down his favorite stroke as being freestyle, but I would bet if he said his second favorite stroke would probably be fly. Although I'm not sure there's many people who admit their favorite stroke would be fly. And at the turn, Jacob Olson in lane number 4 at 28.26. Followed closely by Josh in lane number 3 and Spencer right behind him in lane number 5. Spencer turning at a 31.17. Spencer's time coming into this, 111.96. Josh's 104.90. I've got a no time on Jacob, which means I don't think he has swam it this season yet. And this season being 1 meet old. Got Charlie Knight chiming in here, watching from San Diego. Go Will Kerrigan from Aunt Maggie. Jacob touches first at 1 minute, 0.36. Followed by Josh in lane number 3 at 103.02. So a nice little drop for him there. And Spencer at a 106.47. So they are coming along. Okay, up next is the junior varsity boys 100-yard freestyle. Event number 13. We have Michael Hokanson in lane number 3, David Goodburn in lane number 4, and Charlie Banta in lane number 5. All three are seniors. We got a good race going right now between the three of them. We got David out in front by about a body length at this point. Michael again in lane number 3 and Charlie in lane number 5. And at the turn, David turns at 27.83. Michael at 29.69. And lane number 5 did not stop at the 50 for some reason. So that timer is off for some reason. Here comes David. He's got about 10 yards left of this 4-length 100-yard freestyle. And he is going to touch at 59.18, so he is under that 1 minute mark. Lane number 3, Michael Hokanson at 102.59. And 102.99 for Charlie Banta. So again, everybody is improving week by week. And as you can maybe hear over the announcement, we've got event number 14, the boys 100-yard varsity freestyle. Lane number 3 is Quinlan Schroeder. Lane number 4, Tristan Timbers. And lane number 5 is Captain Carter Sikorsky. At the first turn, flipping simultaneously are Quinlan and Tristan. But don't count out Carter. He's right there with them as well, about a half a body length back. But the battle right now for first place is Quinlan and Tristan, and they are going to turn again at the 50 at almost the same time. 2/10 off. Lane number 3 being Quinlan up by 2/10 of a second at the 50. Carter hanging there with them. Let's see who's got the energy to bring it home here. Oh, we got a close one. This is going to be good between Tristan and Carter. I'm sorry, Tristan and Quinlan. But Quinlan looks at this point, he's going to take it in lane number 3 at 55.08. And lane number 4 is Tristan at 55.73. And 58.74 for Carter. Up next is the 500-yard freestyle. There are going to be two heats. We have a junior varsity heat and a varsity heat. So event number 15, the boys 500-yard freestyle. This is 20 lengths of the pool. They get counters at the other end, counting them up from 1 to red. Red is the last flip turn that they make, which is the 19th lap, 19th length. In high school, this is considered a distance event because it is the longest event in high school swimming. The longest event in club swimming, of course, is the mile, which is 66 lengths of the pool. Okay, off they go in this JV event. Lane number 3 is Josh Marwa, and lane number 4 is Alex Hoff. Alex is seated here at a 6:31.29. I believe he did swim this last week, so I believe that's where this time came from. And Josh has not, I don't believe he was in this event last week, so this will be his first time swimming it this season. Both are 11th graders. You can maybe see on the very far right hand of your screen the two gentlemen at the end of the pool, both with lap counters showing number 3 right now. So that means this turn here for Alex and Josh is the first 100 or the fourth length of 20. It's great to see we have Australia and Wisconsin and San Diego, California on the live stream tonight. Welcome to all of you. And I'm betting there are a bunch more from Minnesota. It's great to have you all here. We had booked Rowdy Gaines for tonight, but he had said that he was a little tired after the Tier Pro Series last weekend, so he wasn't able to make it. That, of course, is not true in any way, shape, or form, but would be nice. Would be fun to get him here. Everybody loves listening to Rowdy Gaines go crazy when people are swimming fast. All right, 6 lengths down for both of them, coming up on length number 7. 10 lengths, of course, is the 250 mark or the halfway mark. See the boys cheering on the side of the pool. You probably notice at some point that every other event, the boys are at the end of the pool cheering in each lane. That is because the 500, only the counters or only the lap counters can be down there at that end of the pool. Nobody else can be down at that end of the pool. So for the 500, that is what you will see. Everybody has to cheer from the side. So there goes Alex, turning at length number 9. He is coming up on the halfway point, which is the 250 here. So we'll take a look at his time. Again, he is entered at 6:31.29. And he is going to turn right about that 3-minute mark. So right now he's on pace to better that time. It's great watching these kids. They get faster and faster, and they get stronger and stronger as the season goes by. And by the time they get to their final meet, they are really cranking. Those kids that you think at the very beginning aren't ever going to make it just dazzle you by the time their final meet comes up. It's great to watch. So there goes Josh. Josh just turned on his halfway point. He is turning now on number 11. That is the 300 for Alex Hoff. hoping to get back to real dual meets at some point during the season. Right now, we're just like the girls' season. We're stuck with virtual meets. Although, we're very happy that we got to have a season. Took some time to get used to the virtual meets a little bit, but they get into it and they cheer and they make the best of it. So it's length number 15. So here comes Alex. He is going to flip turn length number 16. So he's going to have 100 left. So this will be the 400. So 4 lengths left. He is at about a 457 with 100 left. So I think he's going to go under that 631 from last week. I'm a betting man. Josh turning in length number 15. You might hear the tinkling of the bell here. This is going to be the bell lap for Alex when he turns at length number 18. The bell lap is, of course, given to the person in the lead with only 2 lengths left of the 500, the 1,000, or the mile. Mile being the 1650. And there goes the bell. You can hear it. Maybe you can see it. And that means Alex has 2 lengths left. And I don't know if you can see that down there, but you can see the orange/red lap counter designating the final 25 for Alex. He is lapping Josh, and Josh is going to turn here and have 2 lengths left. And if I would have bet, I would have won some money. There's 612.40 for Mr. Alex Hoff, which is a great drop from last week. And there's the red for Josh, so he's got a single 25 left to go. I think the kids love seeing that, knowing they've only got 25 yards left of this event. And Josh completes his 500 at a 6:57.60. Okay, up next is event number 16. This is the boys' 500-yard freestyle varsity. In lane number 3 is Parker Pedersen. Lane number 4, Evan Kinseth. And lane number 5, Sawyer Smith. In lane number 3, Parker. Lane number 4 is Evan. Lane number 5 is Sawyer. Evan is your pool and school record holder in this event, both set last year. School record was set at 4:43 in their dual meet last year against Apple Valley. And the school record was set about 6 times in sections and in state last year. And that school record finally finishing up at 4:36.38. And that was about a 20-year-old record that Evan took down. So in talking to him tonight, he is looking to better that pool record and going under that 4:43 tonight. So we'll see what he can do. He is turning at the 100 at 52.70. We've got Parker in lane number 3. He's going to turn at his 100, and Sawyer in lane number 5 turning at his 100. $27.85 for Evan. Evan has been 433 a couple times since November and December. Really not under a taper much because of COVID and because of some of the restrictions we have had on swimming. So looking forward to see what he can do here. Comes Parker in lane number 3. He is coming in on his 200. And he's going to flip right now at that 200. And Sawyer also coming up on his 200. Evan at the 250 mark, so he's at the halfway point. And he's going to touch at about 216. So that is about a 4. Well, if he split it, he would be 432. I would guess he's going to be somewhere in the 435, 437 range, somewhere in there. 794 was his last split. Parker making his turn at the halfway point, the 250. And Sawyer as well, making his halfway turn. Evan falling off a little bit on that last 50 at 28.18. He needs to pick up the pace. Let's see what he does here after having his lap counter shaken a little bit. No, it's falling off just a bit, so we'll see what he can do. I know they're tired. All of them are tired. And this is lap number 16. He's going to have 100 left after this. Yeah, 28.71. Came down. No, he's still going up a little bit, so getting a little tired. Parker making his turn at 14. So he's got 6 lengths left. And here comes the bell. Ooh, sorry about my voice there. Here comes the bell. Sometimes I have that 18-year-old voice. I don't know why that is. And here goes the bell. He's got 2 lengths left, and he is going to turn at about a 410. So he's looking about a 438 or so, depending on what he can do on this last 50. The cheers going up. Parker turning here. He's got 100 yards left. And again, that pool record is 4:43.54. And he is going to take that down tonight. 4:38.37. So that's a very good in-season time. All right, Parker coming in with a 50 left. And Sawyer about to make his last flip turn here with 50 yards left. Parker was 5:33.77 last week, and he is going to better that by a little bit at 5:31.55. So very nice swim there for Parker as well. And they're cheering on Sawyer for his last 12.5 yards to finish up these 500s. And he's going under that 6-minute mark, which is a great thing. 5:56.59. All right, great swims there. That's a fun one. It's one of my favorites to watch. Okay. Yeah, we're going to take about 2 minutes here, let the kids rest. I know some of the kids coming out of that 500 are going to be in the next event, which is the 200 free relay. So we're just going to give them a couple minutes to kind of catch their breath, and then we'll be back at it. All right. We got the go from the official. So we're moving on to event number 18, the boys 200-yard freestyle relay. There is only one heat. This is the varsity heat. Lane number 3 starting off is Quinlan Schroeder. Lane number 4, Tristan Timbers. And lane number 5, Jagger Thompson. Quinlan's out to the early lead here. Well, Tristan has made up that little bit, and they are going to be fighting for that first 50. Going off in lane number 4, second will be Josh Cobian. Lane number 3 will be Spencer Rudd. And going into the water right now in lane number 5 is Jonas Cottsmith. All right, Josh has opened up the lead a little bit here, so in goes Evan on the third leg in lane number 4. Josh Sikorsky in lane number 3 taking off, and in lane number 5, Michael Hokinson. Evan coming off that 500 freestyle just a few minutes ago. And the fourth and final in lane number 4 is Sullivan Labno. Lane number 3, the fourth going there is Sawyer Smith. And in lane number 5, the anchor leg, Parker Pedersen, also coming right out of that 500. And lane number 4 is going to take it. The team of Timbers, Cobian, Kinstedt, and Labno at 1:38.49. Lane number 3 is going to be your second spot at 1:46.04. And lane number 5 at 1:51.77. All right, again, welcome to the live stream. We've got about 25 people on the live stream. We've probably got that many people in the stands watching. Welcome to all of you from all over the United States and the world. And I just got the 2-minute warning. We're going to take another 2 minutes before the 100-yard backstroke. You'll see that a lot with these virtual meets, them taking some extra time. Some of these kids are swimming back-to-back some events. I swear that was the fastest 2 minutes of all time. No matter. Here we go with event number 19, the boys 100-yard backstroke junior varsity. Lane number 3 is Josh Marwa, and lane number 4 is Ethan Ockwig. You may also hear the whistle from the official. They are not allowed to use whistles that you blow into anymore, at least not right now during COVID. So they actually have electronic whistles that they can press a button. Kind of sounds like a whistle, kind of not. It sounds very electronic, but that's what they're using if you hear that weird sound in the distance. Again, Josh, a junior in lane number 3, and Ethan, a senior in lane number 4. Josh has picked up the pace a little bit. In and out of the turn, they are pretty dead even right now. And Josh now has a little bit of a lead at the 75. They've got both of them have a 25 left. Josh opens up that lead just a little bit, about a body length now. Both entered with no time, so probably didn't swim this last week, I'm assuming.
Josh is going to touch at a 1:21.27, and Ethan at a 1:24.56. Up next is event number 20, the boys 100-yard backstroke. This is the varsity event. Lane number 3, we're going to have David Goodburn. In lane number 4, Matthew Warwig. And lane number 5, Carter Sikorsky. This is a sophomore sandwich with Matthew being wedged in between two seniors. Notice Matthew has a very nice, smooth stroke. Very powerful underwater. And Matthew's built himself a pretty hefty lead here, coming to the first 50 of the 100. He's going to make his turn with 2 lengths left at 28.21 for the split. So he is under a minute pace right now. Big sister's yelling out, woohoo, go Matthew. And he is going. Finishing it up, about 10 yards left. And he is going to break that minute mark by quite a bit at 57.14. So that is a little over a second better than last week when he swam that. Davin in lane number 3 is going to touch second with a 1:07.76. So he is right on his time. And Carter at 1:09.29 and has added just a little bit. Up next is event number 21, the boys 100-yard breaststroke junior varsity. Now 2 swimmers in this event. In lane number 3 is Jagger Thompson, and in lane number 4 is Braden Hertzberg. Both have times here for this event. Jagger entered at a 1:23.23, and Braden entered at a 1:19.97. Thank you, Allison. You're welcome. Glad you could join in on Friday. Final day of the week for you. It's always good to see you on the live stream. I'm sure Matthew appreciates it. But he is a little brother, so maybe not. We don't really know. And pretty dead even at the turn. Only 4/10 separating the two of them. Jagger with the slight lead in lane number 3. And both touching pretty much at the same time with 25 yards left to go. The battle between the senior and the freshman. And Braden has pulled about a half a body length now in front of senior Jagger Thompson and is going to touch first at 1:20.54. And Jagger touching at 1:21.59. So that's a good drop for Jagger as well. We got the high sign from the official, so on to event number 22. This is the varsity heat of the 100-yard breaststroke. Lane number 3 will be Sullivan Labno, sophomore. Lane number 4, Quinlan Schroeder, a 9th grader, and a lane 5, Jonas Cottsmith, a senior. Sullivan and Quinlan turning pretty much at the same time in lane number 3 and 4. Quinlan is known for his breaststroke. So we were excited when he joined the team, can always use another breaststroker. And he has pulled to about 3/4 of a body length at this point, with Sullivan right on his tail. And Jonas not too far behind that, in lane number 5. Quinlan turns first with 25 yards left. Sullivan close behind. And Jonas making his final turn. Quinlan's got about a body length now at this point. Entered at a 107.89. Be pretty close to that time. 107.93. Sullivan had a no time on that, so he's at a 109.46. And Jonas at 117.41, so a drop for Jonas. We have 2 heats. We have 2 heats of the 400-yard freestyle relay. The first heat is a junior varsity heat. We're going to have lanes 3 and 4. Leading off in lane number 3 will be Josh Sikorsky, and in lane number 4 will be Josh Marwa. Mr. Marwa's got to take his mask off or he's not going to swim very well. And there he goes. It's a 400 free relay again. Each swimmer does 4 lengths of the pool, a 100-yard freestyle. I believe next week is Prior Lake. I think next week is Prior Lake, if I am correct, which doesn't happen very often. That should be at 6 o'clock. We will swim Lakeville South, I believe, the week after that, and I don't know at this point if that's going to be a 4:30 or a 7 p.m. start. And lane 3, Josh Sikorsky leading his team here, coming in on his final 12 yards of his 100-yard freestyle. Up next in lane number 3 is Michael Hokinson into the water. And Josh Marwa finishing up, and Charlie Banta will be the second leg. All right, both have made their turn at the 50. Out in lane number 3, Michael Hokinson's going to turn. He's going to have 25 yards left. And the third leg in lane number 3 is going to be Spencer Rudd. The next one to dive in lane 3, Spencer Rudd. Charlie's made his final turn. He's coming in. Ethan Ockwig is going to be the third leg in lane number 4. So again, now in the water is Spencer Rudd in lane number 3, and now in the water in lane number 4 is Ethan Ockwig. Spencer making his turn at the 50, at 27.99. Ethan coming in at his 50. And he is going to turn at 30.74. Spencer finishing up his 100. He's got a half pool length left to go. Following up is David Goodburn. He will be the anchor leg in lane number 3. And he goes into the water right now. Ethan about 12 and a half yards left as well. And into the water on the anchor leg is Jonas Kotzman. And David turning at the 50 at 28.50. And Jonas now making his final turn with 2 lengths left of this 400-yard freestyle relay. And David makes his final touch with a 4:08.06. And Jonas half a pool length left. Touching to the 4:29.59. All right, our final event of the evening. And we're going to be done before we normally start the meet. Is event number 24, the 400-yard freestyle relay. This is the varsity event. Lanes 3 and 4 again. Leading off in lane number 3 is Sawyer Smith, and in lane number 4, leadoff is Jacob Olson. Jacob's out to about a body length lead here, coming into his first 50 of the 100. Again, each kid swims 100 or 4 lengths of the pool. This is generally at Sections and State the most exciting event of the evening. More often than not at Sections, this event determines the winner of the section meet a lot of times. So right now it's not too noisy, but come the end of the year, it's going to be crazy. In lane number 4, Jacob finishes up. Evan goes in on the second leg. And in lane number 3, Carter Sikorsky on the second leg of this 400 free relay. Evan making his turn. Carter making his. He's got 2 lengths left. And Evan finishing up here, and Matthew Warwig is going to follow him for the third leg in lane number 4. Carter finishing up here. He's coming into the flags, about 5 yards left. Parker Pedersen is going to take off on the third leg of this 400 free relay. And in he goes. Matthew making his turn at the 50 at a 26:17. Parker making his turn. He's got 2 lengths left. Matthew finishing up, about 10 yards left to go before Sullivan Labno takes the anchor leg in lane number 4. 28:43 on that split for Matthew. And the fourth and final leg for lane number 3, Josh Cobian goes into the water. Sullivan makes his turn with 50 yards left, 2 lengths. He splits out at 24:40. Josh Cobian coming in with 50 yards left. He's going to make his turn at 27:28, and Sullivan finishes up this one at a 3:32.67. Yeah, Josh making his final turn. About a half a pool length left before the end of this virtual meet against Lakeville North. Touches at 3:58.31. All right, that finishes up tonight's meet against Lakeville North. Again, it probably will be sometime tomorrow morning before we know the results once they combine them all. And we'll close it up from there after that 400 free relay. Thanks for joining on the live stream. Appreciate it. We'll be back next week. I believe, again, like I said, I think it's Prior Lake. And we will talk to you then. Thanks again.